I'd like to think we would, but I don't have a lot of hope.
How different do you think the world would be if COVID never happened and we just had another year of just whatever, you know?
I think COVID accelerated a lot of things.
Do you think it accelerated it or?
Yeah, I think it accelerated a lot of things.
Like you think, okay, for example, you know, I think shit like Uber Eats or something, which is like now mainstay in a lot of people's lives and just like, you know, take away. Yeah. Do you think, obviously COVID accelerated that, but do you think it would have gotten as big into the lives of as many people without it?
I think so.
I think so.
Same thing with you know, obviously my industry, anime, you know, that got supercharged by COVID, where we've gotten to the point where I would argue that anime is mainstream now. Would it have gotten that way if COVID didn't happen? Was it always destined?
I think it would have happened eventually, but COVID just accelerated all of that. Yeah.
2-3 years of COVID accelerated internet adoption and entertainment from the internet.
Yeah.
I think
and reliance
maybe by
on the
like
internet.
10-15 years. I think it sped it up massively because obviously I'm sure you all remember like TV shows they were still coming out, but as we got into the first year, slowed down a lot. TV shows weren't being made as much, movies weren't being made as much. People massively adopted live streaming, TikTok, YouTube, and went way deeper into that rabbit hole. And so I think that sped it up by like 10-15 years.
Yeah,
and as somebody who's making content at that time, I mean, I noticed from all the growth and stuff that we had, obviously TrashTaste came at this time. Yeah, it was massive. It was crazy. It was like views that should have never have been there. Started happening and people getting really into anime and getting really into Japan and all this stuff. Like,
for sure.
You know, would not have happened otherwise.
Well, because it's interesting because I think about that because I think one of the biggest generations that was affected was like the younger generation, right?
Yeah.
Because as adults, we already have certain patterns and certain behaviors that we have learned from all the years that we were living. But I would argue that a lot of these newer industries that have cropped up, like, you know, live streamings, like anime and stuff, is a lot of the bigger numbers that we have seen are numbers that were adopted by, you know, the younger generation that have now become like an inbuilt pattern of just their daily life, and they're going to grow up. And now it's just going to become more and more popular because they already have that pattern of behavior in them as like a form of entertainment. And it makes me wonder if COVID didn't happen, would it have ever gotten as big? Because we were forced to be inside and use social media and kind of like adopt platforms like TikTok and other alternative routes for entertainment.